Hi guys, it's washing day. So a lot of you have been asking how to wash the bike. We'll start by washing the bike and then we'll go into like the simple maintenance part. So let's start with washing the bike. So yeah, we're gonna start with first spraying down the whole bike, just making sure we get off the excess grit. So shout out intro for this portable spray from Fanttik. It has so many modes and even power modes. Let me show you. Here we have like the burst spray, which is like a fan. A slanted spray, which is smaller, and then we have like a even stronger spray. See? You even have like a stream, like a water gun. And so at this stage, you just want to get into the parts where you know sand will be stuck. So now that you've watered down and cleaned off the dirt, there's only one thing to do. Let's soap down the bike and degrease the chain. So we have two products. These are like Cylon products. They are cheap and they work relatively well, so here you go. So first up, you're going to want to degrease the chain and leave it on. So you're just going to spray the degreaser onto the cassette. Don't worry about the chain yet, we're going to get there. And then this is basically the washer. They'll give you like two bottles, and one of the bottles is to mix with water. So this is the one that is mixed down from this one. I like to just use this. Just get the soap everywhere. You just want to make sure your whole bike has soap. We're going to scrub down the bike with this cloth. It's just a random cloth that I have. I'm going to spray some soap on this. And also make sure your bar tapes are clean. So for like the grooves here, I like to just put the towel through. Just bring it inside all the grooves that you can't access. Just do that. Now we got to degrease the chain. To degrease your chain, you're going to want to have at least two of these brushes. One of it is a chain cleaner and another is to scrub your cassette. If you have an old paintbrush, you can spray some of the degreaser on your paintbrush like that, and then just paint it onto the chain like that. And like we're technically done, we just need to scrub out the dirt. Just go link by link. And just keep doing this. Degrease your chain cleaner one more time and then just brush it down. So we're just going to spray more here. You just spin your chain backwards. You want to get the bottom of the chain and then also the top. So you just use the brushes to get that. And then for this, you're going to want to rinse it even more so that the dirt can come out. You can use a wet cloth. Try to make sure that it's dripping wet. Just like run it through the chain like that. And just squeeze it while you run it through. And now just rinse the rest of your bike. Ta-da! And you're done. Now we got to dry it. I can basically finish everything else inside because it's so bloody hot. So next we're going to use this gun. We want to get the water out of all the grooves. So now that the disc brakes are dried, we are going to apply disc brake cleaners on both disc brakes. I'm using the Mark Off disc brake cleaner. Just want to spray on both. You can also just use alcohol, you don't have to use disc brake cleaner, and you just want to wipe down the disc. Done! If you don't have the air gun, you can always use this as an alternative. So instead of air, this actually sprays lubrication thing to get the water out. Everything else that looks like it has grooves to move, like the derailleur, you can see that there are two moving parts here, the top and the bottom part, and then there's a back part over here. You're going to want to have the cloth to block the direction that you're spraying so it doesn't get onto the disc brake rotors, but you just want to spray the MO94 in the grooves. Make sure you wipe the excess. So just a note, even if you had already used the air gun to spray the water out, you can always repeat the step with the M194 so that it really makes your stuff last longer. Okay, this is an additional step that you don't have to follow, but if you want to be extra, then you want to use this on the parts that are always in contact with water. The screws on the back side of the disc brake, stick a bit of grease and like coat the bottom of the screws without hitting the disc brake, of course. The more important one is the back brake because they are facing the bottom and the water kicks up a lot. But if you want to be extra, you can also paint your bottle cages. So we only have 2 more steps to go. So for chain lube, I'm just using this random brand called Squirt. SAS. Yeah, it's just a water and wax like mixture. Just want to shake it. You just have to apply this a little bit on each link, almost like a little droplet on every link. Yeah, once all the links are covered, just want to run it like through. You can even run it through all the different gears, like shifting it up and down. You can use your fingers and just spread it even more, and also on the sides. So you just get the excess off with your fingers and run it on the sides of the chain as well. So if any water wax kind of like lube, you don't have to wipe the excess off, you can just leave them on. So the last thing to do if you are like me and you're super extra, polish down your bike with a polish. You can use Finish Line. I used to use Finish Line, but now I just buy this cheap one called from Cylon. It's just like polishing wax that you can kind of use even when your bike is not washed. But what you want to do is you need to be careful that you don't spray this onto your disc brake. So normally I like to just spray it on the cloth and then just polish it. Don't wipe your disc rotos, please. And even run your wheel through this polish. So yeah guys, that's your comprehensive guide on how you can wash your bike. I hope I didn't miss any steps. If you have any questions, please reach out in the comments below, and I will try my best to link every single item that I use in this video down below in the description or the product text here. If you like this video, just like it, and if you haven't subscribed, just subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. It's so bloody hot.